The way I do it is designing your life, because we don't just do your goals. We're very clear on why the goals are an absolute must, and it's very, very powerful. But you've got to create that desire, because that's how, and that hunger, because that's how you push through fear, and that's how you push through limiting beliefs. But it starts with goals. But it starts candidly with goal setting. And if you come to one of my boot camps, the first hour and a half is goal setting on steroids, because how do you get anything if you don't know what it is? What the reason it's so important is you've got to create what Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich calls a burning desire. You got to want it, because you're not going to take action if you don't want it. And so, that's how I reassociated, that's how I got back when I lost everything in 2008, is I reassociated with my goals. But that's how I got the 50 million in the first place, was having goals. And so you've got to do that. And at Rod's Links, at the bottom of Rod's Links, is my goal setting workshop. I do it every day on New Year's Day. I'll do it again this year. And it's there. And I will tell you, the sad reality is people spend more time planning a freaking Christmas party than they do designing their lives. And doing your goals like that, the way I do it, is designing your life, because we don't just do your goals. We're very clear on why the goals are an absolute must, and it's very, very powerful. But you've got to create that desire, because that's how, and that hunger, because that's how you push through fear, and that's how you push through limiting beliefs. But it starts with goals. The next piece is, then you've got to make a decision. After you've, created some desire and some hunger, you've got to make a decision. And I don't mean dip your toe in the water or 1 foot in, 1 foot out. When you make a decision, it is freaking done. Okay. In fact, and the Latin root for the word decision means to cut off. So a great analogy for a decision would be, if you're going to attack the island, you burn your ships because you're taking their damn ships home. That's a decision. Okay. It's done. Okay. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to decide. And I will tell you, like Brett said, we are heading into probably what could be the greatest transfer of wealth in our lifetimes. And I know it's hard to believe that with the crap they put on the news, but I'm telling you, it's coming. There's like, I think 2 trillion in commercial debt coming due by the end of 27. And I got to tell you, if these rates don't come down significantly, a lot of that debt's going to go bad. We're already starting to see it. I've got an asset under contract right now today that we just got in San Antonio that was listed for 26 million. We're getting it for 20. So distressed stuff is already coming down the pike. And it's a very exciting time. Now, I got to tell you, I feel bad for these operators, because a lot of them are in trouble. The ones that got, adjustable rate bridge debt, for example, a lot of them got that bridge debt and they're struggling right now. And so we're going to see a lot of opportunity. And I feel bad for them, but, I recovered from losing, so they'll recover as well. But there's going to be incredible opportunity. And I've actually created an opportunity fund to take advantage of that. But anyway, back to decision. You've got to make a decision. And once you make that decision, you're committed. And when you're committed, you're like a train on a freaking track, okay? If you don't make a decision and get committed, you're going to get knocked off track. But you got to make that decision. That starts with that. And then you take your first step, Dr. Martin Luther King said, you don't have to see the whole staircase, but you take your first step in faith, and the next step will be revealed. Okay. Lao Tzu, thousands of years ago, said the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. But sometimes that could be the most important step of your life, but you got to take it, and I will tell you, I know a lot of people, in life are analytical, and you know who you are, and I love you, but you know how you also have to check off every single box before you make a move. You can't do that. Okay. You've got to just take that step in faith. And I'll give you this analogy. You can drive all the way across the United States at night with your headlights only seeing about 60 feet in front of you. You know you'll make it, but you may have some obstacles, but other people have done it before you. It's like that with just about anything that you pursue, including multifamily real estate, if you're interested in that. But listen, I'm going to tell you, if you fear failure, fear regret much worse, okay? Fear being in the same place you are right now 1 or 2 years from now, unless you absolutely freaking love where you are right now, okay? There was this nurse in Australia, a hospice nurse, and so she took care of patients when they were about to die, and she asked them a question, and the question was, do you have any regrets? And she wrote a book about it, something like The 5 Regrets of Dying. The number 1 regret was not living my own life, not doing what I know I'm capable of. I can't think of anything worse than that. So you've got to take that first step in faith, and then keep going. And I would also tell you that when you take that first step, have positive optimism about what you're pursuing. Okay. It's so easy to focus on pain and struggle. Most people focus on what they don't want. But I'm going to tell you, when you decide what you want and you declare it, God or the universe, whatever you believe will conspire to help you make it happen. But, I'm also going to tell you to remove negativity from your life, because there's going to be a lot of negativity out there don't get me started on the crap that's on the news right now. It's primarily censored, and it's primarily propaganda. You don't even know what to believe anymore. And so, that's the other reason the goals are so important, because as things start to get ugly, I think we're going to see some rate decreases this year because of the election. I don't think it's inevitable. They're going to have to lower the rates. Otherwise, current administration is completely screwed. I won't go down the political path too far here, but the bottom line is that I believe they have to lower the rates. And so I don't expect it to get really ugly until after the election, but I believe it's going to get really ugly there. But ugly / opportunity. Okay. I think it's going to be incredible opportunity, which is, I got crushed by that wave in 2008 and 9. I'm surfing this bad boy. Okay. Because I'm in a lot of cash, and I really believe the deals are coming. But you gotta right now, you're going to have to stand guard at the door to your mind, because the news is going to paint it like the world is ending. I remember in 08 and 9, they said real estate's going to be bad for 10 years. Well, multifamily rents exceeded pre-crash levels in less than 3 years. Okay. That's how fast it bounced back. And so, just remember that.